Bon dia, I'm standing here in the natural area next to the Horta de Terra production site. This is part of Horta de Terra. I'm standing here with Nick Oakes, and he is co-founder of Impact Earth. And Impact Earth is the investment advisor to the Amazon Biodiversity Fund. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you for the interview. I'm wondering, how are you measuring the impact on biodiversity?
So we measure it in two ways. There's two broad thematic areas that we use to measure biodiversity. We look at species and we look at ecosystem integrity. The main means through which we measure this is through a combination of remote sensing, satellite monitoring and sampling at the site itself. The sampling at the site itself gives us the most rich information that we need for this type of monitoring. It gives us species abundance, relative species abundance for indicator species, which then is a proxy or an indicator for the biodiversity of the wider ecosystem.
And can you share with us how that works in practice, for example at Horta de Terra?
Sure. So the team that we're working with at the moment is CIAT, so they are developing a tool called Bio that we're using. We're testing at the moment its application in our investments. They have visited Horta twice, 2 years in a row. What they do is they take samples of a baseline, which would be a degraded pasture area, of the syntropic system they're implementing and also the natural environment here. They take those baseline measurements of the species that we're measuring. They then process them in the laboratory to give the results in relative species abundance. Then they train the local team in the first year, perhaps in the second year, and then third year, fourth year onwards. The idea is the local team will then be able to do the sampling themselves, reduce the cost because we're not sending teams out, and then they post the samples to the laboratory. And over time we then have a gradual increase in biodiversity, which we can measure relative to the baseline.
It's really great that you're able to quantify the impact on biodiversity. So we're looking forward to the results.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Us too.